Greetings, new Rainbow Trail staff. My name is Nicolai Redu-Ferry, and I am the pastor at Bethlehem Lutheran Church in Los Alamos, New Mexico. And I'm also very blessed to be one of the pastor writers for this year's study. And so, first of all, welcome. Thank you for taking on this adventure with God at Rainbow Trail, and thank you for making a difference in the faith formation of our campers. So I'm very blessed to have within our curriculum day 3, which is I Become Mercy. And the reading that I have chosen for mercy is from the 18th chapter of Matthew, beginning with the 23rd verse. Because the kingdom of heaven is like this. Once there was a king who decided to check on his servants' accounts. He had just begun to do this when one of them was brought in who owed him millions of dollars. The servant didn't have enough to pay his debt, so the king ordered him to be sold as a slave, with his wife and his children, all that he had, in order to pay that debt. The servant fell on his knees before the king. "Have mercy on me," he begged, "and I will pay you everything." The king felt sorry for him, so he forgave him the debt and let him go. When the man went out and met one of his fellow servants who owed him just a few dollars, he grabbed him and started choking him. "Pay back what you owe me," he said. His fellow servant fell down and begged him, "Have mercy on me, and I will pay you back." But he refused. Instead, he had him thrown into jail until he could pay the debt. When the other servants saw what had happened, they were very upset, and they went to the king and told him everything that had happened. So he called the servant in. "You worthless slave. I forgave you the whole amount you owed me just because you asked me to. You should have had mercy on your fellow servant, just as I had mercy on you." The king was very angry, and he sent the servant to jail to be punished until he could pay back the whole amount. And Jesus concluded, "That is how my Father in heaven will treat every one of you, unless you forgive your brother from your heart." Lord, have mercy. Christ, have mercy. Lord, have mercy. Many of you have heard these words from our Kyrie that we use a lot in church. And although this seems to be the foundation for our faith, we don't often talk a lot about mercy. We don't spend a lot of time on what it means to give mercy to other people. And we also have a whole world, really, that is more about show no mercy. And the definition of show no mercy in Merriam-Webster is to treat someone very harshly. In our media, we may hear, although the mayor had already apologized, the press showed him no mercy. And you all see that all the time in social media. And when we're engaged in our sports, we hear, we will show no mercy to the opposing team. We will crush them. And then when I was doing my research, I found something way back in the day, way back like 1980s, way back. And there was an album, believe it or not, by a heavy metal band called Slayer. And they had an album called Show No Mercy. The song tracks on that album included Evil Has No Boundaries, The Antichrist, Die by the Sword, Fight Till the Death, and Tormentor. It appears that we often equate show no mercy with strength, power, domination, giving people what they deserve, and honestly, I think it's our way that we convince ourselves that we're always in control. In his homily on March 17th, 2013, Pope Francis said, "I think we too are the people who, on the one hand, we want to listen to Jesus, but on the other hand, at times, we like to find a stick to beat others with, to condemn others." And Jesus has this message for us, mercy. I think, and I say it with humility, that this is the Lord's most powerful message, mercy. Stick versus mercy, punishment versus forgiveness, condemnation versus unification, hate and revenge versus kindness and compassion, indifference and hostility versus blessing and generosity. The world we live in seeks the harsh path and misses the blessing of living in mercy. So my friends, in this day, we're going to seek to be mercy. We're going to respond to the great mercy and love and grace that God has given us. And we thank you for joining us in this day. Peace.